I would like to invite Ms. Nafisa Baboo to take the floor for 5 minutes, please.
Good morning, honourable members of Parliament. As a person with a visual impairment, I would not be here where I am today if it were not for technology. My father was blind and insisted that I do computer science as an additional subject in high school because he was convinced that technology was the key to open up possibilities for girls and boys with disabilities beyond those stereotypical career paths of if you're visually impaired, becoming a teacher or a lawyer, or if you are have a hearing impairment or intellectual disability, becoming a caterer or painter. So access to appropriate quality technologies can mean the difference between enabling and denying education for a child, enabling or denying participation in their workforce for a young adult, or enabling and denying self-reliance and social inclusion. In sub-Saharan Africa, a staggering number of children, school-age children, still remain out of school and are denied their right to quality education due to system-level challenges such as not there being enough schools or qualified or motivated teachers, or their schooling is disrupted due to conflict or climate change. The situation is even more dire for children with disabilities. Compared to children without disabilities, children with disabilities are, according to UNICEF, 49% more likely to have never attended school and 42% less likely to have the foundational reading and numeracy skills that are needed. They are also most often excluded for science and technology and engineering and mathematics subjects that are hindering their ability to be skilled for the 21st century and attain dignified work. Technology offers a lifeline, a real lifeline for millions of learners with disabilities. Through accessible technology, barriers such as not having an accessible textbook or physical textbook that needs to be transported and printed can be overcome. It's heartening, very heartening to see how major tech producers are embracing universal design, acknowledging that accessibility is not just a necessity for some, but useful for everyone. And the accessibility regulations enacted by legislators like yourselves can actually now have a big impact at scale in developing countries. Let me tell you about a groundbreaking initiative in Burkina Faso, spearheaded by Light for the World and its partners. This visionary project harnesses technology to operationalize the Marrakesh Treaty. And this treaty is a pact that loosens copyright restraints for visually impaired and print-disabled people. The goal is really simple, but yet very profound. It is to ensure seamless access to learning material through technology. And if we can succeed in one of the world's least resourced countries, there is no doubt in my mind that this can be replicated globally. In Burkina Faso, most students with visual impairment are actually in mainstream schools, and they are supported by a school and resource center established by the Organization for Persons with Visual Impairment in that country. Through the project, we have upskilled the center to use more efficient methods to convert handouts and assessments into accessible formats. And to lighten the load of the resource center, we've trained up both teachers and students in creating accessible content and accessing more books using their Android devices. Tablets and laptops and affordable devices with solar chargers were distributed and accompanied by the creation of multimedia training material that meets the UNESCO ICT teacher competency framework requirements. However, more time, resources are needed to take this to scale, and also more research for the proof of concept. And we recognize that it's really difficult for teachers, especially those who have large classes, who are confined to a very rigid curriculum to support students with disabilities. However, Universal Design for Learning is a very creative teaching strategy that responds to diversity from the outset by offering multiple ways of engaging and expressing learning. Students with disabilities, they really thrive when lessons follow this UDL principles and when their disability accommodations are met. Universal Design for Learning, accessible EdTech and technologies can offer a unique solution for teachers, students with disability, and those who are unable to attend school regularly. So really making disability inclusion mandatory in all education programs funded by the Government of Canada, particularly in this emerging field of technology, can change the life trajectory of millions of girls and boys with disabilities. So I appeal to the committee to take action and make this happen. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ms. Baboo. And now I would like